One sec, guys. One sec. Just seeing out the links and stuff. It's been a hot minute. That's for sure. It won't let me connect to my Spotify though. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's wait a few seconds and then we'll start getting into the stuff. You can ask questions down below. You can ask the stock you want me to look at, stuff like that. I don't mind. But let's just give it a sec. Hope everyone's doing well. If you watched the video on AMC, then I hope you did, because it'll kind of clear up questions. But yeah. Where have I been? I've really just been, I had some personal stuff going on. One, I've been focused really on the Discord. It's been a really great month. I mentioned to the Discord, March 30th that April was going to be a huge month. So I've been just focusing heavily on trading stocks. That's where all my focus has been. But yeah, good stuff. If you have a stock you want me to go over, we'll go over it. I do want to go over the Nasdaq a little bit. We had a little bit of a drop in the day, but it's not too concerning in my opinion. Pretty great stuff going on. Pretty great stuff on the market. We'll check on Naked and Root. Root, I love. Still love Root. Consensus though with Root. I've been talking about it. Like, people ask me all the time, what do you think about Root? What do you think about Root? One, I'm happy you made a lower low. Very happy we hit a new low. I think this is relatively bottomed out for now. I think going into earnings, it's going to start popping back up. Anything underneath 10 was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Utilization's very high. Short interest, extremely high. Everything like that, it's extremely high. And now it's mounting. So going in, this is the 4-hour chart, so this is going to be more respectable. And so as you look at this chart, there's some key things I want to point out here, right? So one, you get that test, the rejection of the weekly level. We came back down, but then we mounted resistance right here, which we love to see. That's what I had marked out right there. That's what I wanted to see. I'm actually gonna go to Bazinga Pro. Go to Root. Let's go to 15 minute. I think this is going to continue going up right now. I think it's going to continue. Just the pattern is forming. Lemonade also is doing really well right now. Lemonade. Insurance companies in general are doing well. Lemonade is going to probably keep going as well. But Root's obviously held way further down, way less valued. I think a $14 run is most likely in the works. $13.50, 14 bucks is in the works right now. So that's how I feel about those. What was your other one? Naked. I could care less about Naked. Naked's kind of a trash stock. You might get a pump, might get I don't know. It's a trash stock. Ever since Valentine's Day, it's been a short, to be honest. Yeah, we get that pump up for Valentine's Day right here. We get that pump up for the weekend, and then we came just tanking down. Is that pretty terrible? What's your thoughts on NMDM? Is that MindMed? What is that? It's not a. I think you mean MindMed. But it's MM and yes, that's what you mean. Wait, no. What's your stock ticker? Dang it. Yeah. I think you mean this one. I don't know. I think you mean MindMed. Funny because I kind of mentioned them the other day. I was talking about a stock similar to them, but yeah, they're popping off. Be careful with these. I think that they're really good value at the moment, but the concern is where is the local top and how, where do you start to top off at? That's the concern. Overall, though, you are getting a major flag. It's a great retracement that you had. You had the double top, right? And then we came down, bottomed out, and now we're popping back up. High possibility this makes a run past $4, though. I would say so. It's just sketchy because the sector that it's in. I don't like psychedelics too much. It's just like because it's really risky stuff. That's the concerning part there. Mindman is a diesel? Are you being sarcastic? What is the X price AMC 11.5 next week? I don't know. I don't know my exact exit yet. I'll tell you when I get there. It just totally depends on the price action. SQQ under 11. So adding SQQ is interesting because I think we're gonna get a drop, but I would wait till May hits before we. I think we end April pretty strong. I would say we end April relatively strong. Thoughts on DraftKings? I have a lot. I bought a lot of calls going into next week. Although maybe a little bit premature. I've been considering because earnings are not this coming week or next week. But I think the market's going to be strong. I think it's in the month strong. I feel good about them. Lots of buyers coming in. Kathy Wood bought a lot as well. I like where it's at. It's holding support, holding VWAP. I want to see a push to 61 minimum though. That's what I'm looking for there. But I bought a lot of calls there. What's your exit price for AMC 11.5? Yeah, I already answered that. So yeah, it totally just depends on the way we move. So if we come out Monday, let's say we open up Monday, and we hit 11.5. Let's in theory say it right. Like we open up Monday and we just we fly up. Chances are I close out my immediate call options that I have closing out this week, and I just roll some out longer. It just totally depends on how it happens. It's totally dependent on how the stock moves. If it's a slow grind, I probably get out earlier. If it's a fast move up, it just depends. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that goes into options, especially when it comes to taking profits. What's your strike on those DraftKings calls? Man, I want to say 61 or 62. I can look at it. I doubled down. 61, yeah. I doubled down on this. I added a lot. Of DraftKings. I think it's, what am I at? I can tell you. Let me look at my phone. I don't feel like opening E-Trade on my computer. One sec. Tell me I got quite a bit. Gambling just hurts so bad. That's the thing. Like, gambling's really down. So, I have about 1,500. Thought I had 1,800, 1,500 in DraftKings. So yeah. Do you like OCGN this week? I think if you're like looking at penny stocks this week, you can. But I think you're kind of like you're cheating yourself. And I think that's the problem with YouTube right now is that we're so focused on these hype stocks. And I mean, honestly, if you want to get like my best content every night, like pre-market, I'm releasing a watch list for the next week. And I don't say trade based on those, but just kind of use those as a watch list of stuff to look for. You know what I mean? To hit those targets, right? I mean, pretty much we've been pretty on point. I think one of the worst trades I had in there was Piton, but I didn't even enter it because it opened up so bad. So I really recommend, like, if you want to see real like day trading content, that's going to be your best bet. Is like, I usually post them late though, like 8, 10, 9 p.m. And I know they're not going to get that many views. I just post it because I know like that's going to be the most helpful thing for some people. But yeah, usually it says like, top 3 stocks to watch or something. I usually give 3 picks or 3 stocks to watch going into the next day. So, someone say gamble. Yeah, I'm hoping DraftKings bounces. I was gonna buy Pin. I didn't know. Pin's my baby. I do like Pin a lot, but I'm happy I didn't buy them because they didn't hold that $90 range. They started bumping up and they got rejected. So we'll see going into this week. I think DraftKings looks stronger, looks safer. But we'll have to, like I said, wait and see. We haven't had a retest of that monthly level or even that weekly level, so it looks good. Plum was talking about Ulta to me. I just didn't feel good about him. I don't know. I just didn't feel good about them. I would say they drop into the beginning of next week, though. That were right there. I would suspect they come down. I'm just watching paint dry with my stocks, right? Nice on the DraftKings. Yeah, I bought quite a bit. But yeah, any other questions? Comment. I don't know how long to be live though. I get pretty bored pretty easy. So yeah, but overall, I mean, feel good about the market. I do feel good. AMC is honestly like one of the most exciting things right now. I've been watching it obviously all month. I haven't traded it until middle of last week, but now it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, now we're getting interesting. And then the thing that I think we're gonna want to watch for is one, like, do they, does Fintel start releasing the information again? Two is gonna be the volume kicking in, and I would suspect going into. I think Doge is running today, by the way. No, yeah, it's up, it's running, but yeah. Oh my god, what is like AMC? The thing to watch for is gonna be the volume, and I would say we start getting a volume push to start the week. I would honestly say that we start to get that volume push. I hope so, right? But if we start getting that volume, I think it's set. I think we're about to start getting that little bit of a push. I would really think so. Interesting stuff, though. Definitely interesting stuff to be looking out for. Dude, this is what I was looking at too. So, yeah, I'm really like. So when we were at that $5 range, we had that right. We had a big volume day, right? And then we came back down, had a little volume, and then we started kicking back up and ramping up, like as you see there. And so we had really weird, but I mean, it makes sense because the market was just getting hit so bad on Friday and Thursday. So that's what I'm watching for there. But honestly, I really like. It really does look phenomenal. I hate having to clean these charts off. I wish you could group certain things up though. When you were. I'm not really counting on Mortal Kombat or like people are like talking about like TV like movies like gonna boost AMC. I don't think so personally. I don't think there's really any catalyst that's gonna move AMC up until that vote. The vote's gonna be the biggest thing. And people can say yes or no, but I won't be in AMC when that vote happens. I don't think. I'm fairly positive I'll be out of AMC. I won't be able to sleep if I. Are you still bullish on high tide? Yeah, 100%. I still like high tide a lot. It's down near the original entries. I mean, about 10 cents off, but I still love it. You're just seeing all weed stocks get hit, though. You're seeing, I mean, every weed stock's getting slapped in the face. You know what I mean? But I like high tide. It's a long-term pick for me. I have quite a bit of them. Not like a substantial amount, but I have a decent bit of them. Why does that feel like regardless of squeeze should squeeze? Well, one, based on the numbers that are out, there's no, in my opinion, based on numbers that are being shown, which are probably false. Like I'll agree, probably false. I don't think there's like a squeeze potential compared to like something like GameStop, right? Like there's no comparison to GameStop to AMC, and they're just based on the numbers. There's not, right? That's just my opinion. Based on what we have, right? Unless there's information we don't have that other people have seen, I haven't seen that. But I mean, I'm just keeping my expectations realistic. And if we start to get that squeeze move, then obviously I can just buy in when we're moving up. Yeah, the IV might pump up. I might miss some profits, but you can just trade that. Funko, I love Funko. Best NFT play there is. Sorry, I'm trying to answer questions. I'm not ignoring anyone, by the way, either. Are there any Neo calls you're looking? I'm not looking at Neo. Was that Lori? You're in the Discord. I put them on my watch list the other day. They didn't quite get that move to 41, 41.5. But I didn't see the Funko Doge. What is it? Let's look. That's funny. I would actually buy that. I bet it's expensive. U2. It's an off-brand. I don't want the off-brand one. Is this the same brand? U2s? What is U2s? Sounds like a ghetto version of what I want. Anyways, so yeah, with Neo, they have earnings coming up, so be careful. Like, they missed on last earnings. They did miss, but I think they're in a solid spot. I think EV is so dirt cheap. I love that bottom that we have. I just have a lot of stock on them. Neo makes up a decent chunk. Decent chunk of my stock. MC Slowly Squeeze gonna be better. DLC Funko. Man, lack of increase on high tide pisses me off. What's up, big baller? Hey, William. Thoughts on Jemiah? I do like Jemiah. But regardless of the vote, look, I'm just telling you. Okay, so this is my theory though on the vote, and people don't like hearing my theory, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep giving you my theory. So let's say, and if you watch that Trey video, you're gonna with the CEO of AMC, he was there for a reason, okay? And I think that I haven't really spoke on it that much, but he was there for a reason. And the reason why he went on Trey's video, I mean, we can say that he's like for the people, or, you know, ultimately everyone has an agenda, I think, especially in the business world and these $1 million companies and $1 billion companies like AMC, the largest movie theaters, you know, in the world. The reason when he was there, it was clear. Like, one, it was to establish who he was. Like, so if you watch the first like 45 minutes of the video, he's just talking about who he is, like, and his success, and he's a successful guy. Like, he is. It is what it is. Like, he is. I'm not denying that he's not. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that. But that's why he was there. And then part two of that was getting into the vote, and it was basically just trying to change everyone's opinion on the vote. I mean, that's all it was. You know what I mean? And then he makes this. People can say, well, they're not going to dilute the shares in 2021. They're not. Yeah, they're not. Okay, so chances, and there's not 500 million shares that are going to, you know, dilute either long term, because they're going to pay themselves with that. So one, I would look at how much of those shares that they're getting are going to go back into Adam Aaron's pocket eventually down the road. And then doing the math on that, like, he would still make money even if the stock went down because of the new stock he's going to be getting. Then he's probably going to get bonuses and premiums based on the performance of the stock and holding it up, getting the vote passed, going above and beyond, which he's a great CEO. And people want to say, well, he's responsible to the shareholders. He is. A short squeeze is not the best case scenario for the shareholders. The best case scenario for the shareholders is that the company survives and can do as best as it possibly can do. It's not based on specifically the stock price going to 1,000. That doesn't mean he's doing a great job. So I think that's like the difference that people don't really understand. And so when he was on there, that was his goal. So yes, they can't dilute the 500 million based on the press release, but okay, so by the time this goes through, it's going to be May like 6th, whatever. And by the time the dilution actually happens, let's say it's going to be like whenever they have those shares available, well, it'll probably be like, let's say it'll be June. So it'll be 6 months, basically, they can't use it. But they still have 43 million, which he kept emphasizing that if they need to dilute, they'll use that. 43 million shares is still quite a bit. Let's be real. It's still quite a bit of shares. And so let's say, theoretically, they diluted all 43 million. If you don't think that was caused some sort of downward spike, I don't necessarily agree. And then people want to say, well, based on the history of the chart, they do well when they dilute. Well, if you really believe diluting the stock is going to be beneficial for them, then I don't really know what you mean. Now, we can say there's been some tendencies when they've diluted that they've done well, but I think that's a foolish thing to say, is that, okay, well, in the past they diluted and they went up. I mean, kudos to him. He did a really good job selling it. He did a really good job. But in my opinion, I just don't think that, I don't think it's best for the stock. I really don't. Like, if you're, I mean, best for the short-term pump, okay? Like, that's my viewpoint, is short-term. Like, that's all it is. And it's like he said in the video, like, some people like want to see the company thrive. I'm being real, like, with all of you. I think most people in here would agree. Like, you're here to make money on the stock. You're not here to see AMC become a better company. I don't know. If that's you, then maybe you're emotionally invested in it, and, you know, whatever. Good for you, I guess. I don't know. But if you look at the stock, I mean, like, really look at the stock price of this. People want to say, well, it's really worth $20 and stuff. And I've went over this before. It's really not. I mean, like, since they IPO'd, you know, back in 2014, they came up. Yeah, they were on a run. They came back down. Super volatile, by the way. And then they double topped back in 16. So, you know, 2 years after they IPO'd, roughly 2.5 years, they double topped. And since 2000, you know, let's say 2017, they've just been on a down run, like consistently. And then this right here is pre-COVID, January. So pre-COVID, they were at $7 already before COVID even hit. So we'll go back even further till September before it was even a thing in China, really. That's like right when it showed up in China. They were at $11. You know what I mean? So to say that their value is going to increase and they're going to be a better company after COVID, after everything switching over, and after like streaming platforms or streaming movies now, I'm not saying they're going to kill them. I'm just saying that like the logic doesn't line up for like the long-term thesis of them being at least worth $20. Like that's just not, I don't see it. Unless they come up with something different, like unless they like kind of like change their business model a little bit, like they add something, or like, you know, maybe like they added AR, or like, you know, they added something different to the mix and that could increase value, then maybe, yeah. But as it goes, if they just do the same thing they did pre-COVID, I don't see themselves becoming better. You know what I mean? Like that's just my opinion. Yeah. But I mean, I don't. That's not me saying that the stock's gonna go down. I have options, right? It's the riskiest, you know, thing I could do is have options. So obviously, I don't believe it's gonna go down in the near term, right now. But yeah, I just recommend people like really like, you know, consider like taking profits and stuff as you go up. Like not financial advice. You can do whatever you want to do, but like, so many people were like, you held up here and like you wrote it back down. You're like, okay, we're gonna go back up, and I was like, you don't have to go back up. You know what I mean? So yeah. And I don't want the chat to be like a hate AMC thing, and then people get mad and say Tyler's a bear, yada yada. That's not what it's about. It's about, I just want I'm just giving my perspective. Like, if someone has like, well, they have this different type of business model they're trying to do, and they're gonna raise money this way, and this is how they're gonna make their money, then like I'm open to like hearing that and like changing my perspective. But just from my viewpoint, like it's not, yeah. They haven't sent your proxy vote. They sent mine a long time ago. A long time ago. So yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, I didn't read a lot. Okay, I'll start reading now. So as you post stuff, I'll try to see what's going on with MVIS. There's no fundamental viewpoint. And that's what I was trying to say in my video yesterday. People were getting like really upset. Like, there's no fundamentals. I was like, no, there's no like fundamental for why LiDAR stocks are going through the roof. Like, that's all I was trying to like point out. Like, you know what I mean? People get mad. There's no like, they're not getting like acquired. They're not making any news. It looks just like a social media pump. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I mean, the chart doesn't look bad, and I pointed that out yesterday. Like, it doesn't look bad. There's nothing bad looking about it. Maybe the OBV. But I mean, they're holding the monthly open. They're bouncing there. They look strong. They could continue. It'd be better if they close like maybe up here. That'd be a little bit better, but they didn't. So that's, I'm just looking for something to like not like, but honestly, they don't look bad. The only reason why I said LAZR is better, not better, but in the short term have maybe more potential upside and maybe a safer play if you're looking to enter one, is because there's a clear target in my opinion for LAZR. LAZR is going to be that 25.4 range up there, maybe even a little bit lower at 24.5. But I mean, that's the only reason why I liked it, was just because of short term. You know, people don't realize I'm talking about options, and like I'm not talking about 3 years down the road. Like I mean, I tell people that I don't know how to explain it like any different. People get really upset, but yeah, I understand MVIS's product is better. I understand. There's no question about that. You know what I mean? Like there's no question about that. And like, but like the OBV, like huge. I mean, looks incredible. So yeah. Like when I go and take into my daily charts, like right when I do the daily watch list, it's not typically about. Sometimes it's about fundamentals, but for the most part, it's not really about like, you know, Apple 2 and 3 weeks, right? It's about what's going on tomorrow, like, and why should they move tomorrow? Is there volume coming in? So and stuff like that, right? That's what it's all about. It's not about like, I'm not like, I don't know. People like get a lot of stuff misconstrued, so I don't know. Talk about paying rent with shares. DC Palantir moving by the end of May. So, thoughts on YouTubers who reread it? I don't know. Comment. I think Palantir looks good. I'm excited for earnings. I'd just be really careful for earnings. And I mean, like holding, like that's why I'm not trading options there. I have stock. I'm a little bit scared to see what happens, but a lot of my good friends, their whole Roth IRA consists of Palantir. Like consists solely of them. I mean, long term, they're a beautiful company. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're huge. Like the deals they're getting, like it's consistent. Like they're gonna blow up. They're gonna, you know, they're going to. So I like them, like long term. Like I like them, but you know, options, they're scary. In my opinion, they're pretty scary. They look like they want to get a push up 23.8, 24 bucks, give or take. Tesla's gonna probably move well going into earnings. I would see. Like, I mean, I think this week just coming up. I mean, honestly, kind of scary. Looks like we're getting a bear flag, but overall, I mean, like I think everything's gonna move well. Like we'll see. So tomorrow evening, we'll see like how, you know, indexes open up. But either way, I think we look solid. I don't know if you guys saw, but India, I think, no, Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia just announced that they banned crypto. Let me know if the music's too loud too. I'll turn it down. Sorry. No, I'm looking at it. Go to Twitter. First. Sorry. One sec, guys. One sec. So this could be pretty big going into, yeah. Saudi government put a complete ban on crypto. It's not good. Bad news, bears. Bad news. So be careful there. Is GE a good long hold? I like them. Clean energy, they're a super safe play too, in my opinion. Compared to like others that go on, like maybe you can make more money trading like Bloom or Plug possibly down the road, but GE is going to be a safer bet. Even if the, like, let's say the market starts dumping, and GE is going to hold up fairly well compared to the others. I'm not super. So Frank, I saw your post, your comment on Nano Dimension. I understand the short interest on them. One good thing is Kathy Wood keeps buying them. I actually made a video on them on NMDM near that bottom. But the problem, sorry, I can't type right now. What the hell? So yeah, this was the video I made. Buy zone 1, buy zone 2. You can go watch the video if you want. I think it's going to continue going up. I would like to see a test of $9, but with trading stocks with high short interest, the focal point and your focus point should not be, how do I say this? I wouldn't focus on trading stocks that have high short interest. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't like that just be bouncing around from one to one to one. I would look for one that has fundamental viewpoints. Why? Like NMDM, I actually do like. The bad news is they just keep doing direct offerings, which I think they might be done for now. We'll have to wait and see. But like, you know, it's a really cheap pressure on double bottoming. Looks odd. But like Root, the reason why I like Root so much is because the fundamental viewpoints behind them, their pricing model, their growth, all that just lines up really well. So yeah. Go with the pump. It's hard to, I mean, I can't tell you how high MicroVision can go. I really can't. I mean, maybe he gets that push to $20. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. You'll see on Monday how Reddit feels. FGen, I don't know what FGen is. It's not, it didn't really drop at all. Not really, no. CPSH, I'm down huge. The current price, you see rebound May. CPSH is one of those long term. It's like one of those long term plays, in my opinion. So when I bought them originally on the channel, I bought at this range here about 2021. Then we had the dip, and then we came back up. I sold a lot right here at 27, 28, and then we came down. And I sold the rest in year 22. And then I think I had a little bit left, and I sold the rest at like 17. Once we broke below this low, I was like, ah, just get out of them. So I broke. I mean, I made money on them. I bought a little bit here, and I've had some since $11. That's when I bought right there. But what's that? Yeah, they're bouncing on that next support. It's gonna take deals for them to, you know, that's how they move. You know what I mean? They had to deal with the Navy, they had to deal with Mars, that type of stuff. So I think they're a solid company. It's just one of those long-term plays, in my opinion. But you're getting them really cheap right now. Blowing money tomorrow on AMC. God bless. Can I check VC? What is VC? I don't know what that is. Did you get? No, I didn't trade NVIS. Nope. I did not touch it. Someone in the Discord mentioned it to me though. That's like one of the things. Like that's why I like the Discord so much too. Like, and that's why like I try to offer as much as possible, text, whatever it may be, just so people feel like they're getting their worth no matter what. Like, so let's say I have a bad week or a bad month or whatever, I still want them to feel like they're getting as much as possible. You know what I mean? So I try to answer so many questions and stuff like that. But yeah, someone called NVIS at I think at $11, and I was like, yeah, I think we'll hit 14, but I don't know after that. And then we flew. You know what I mean? UAVS. So a lot of these companies are like, it's hard to say. It's like UVS is a real company. Like, so people like they got the short report. Like, you know, it is what it is. Big chunk of my money came in right here, like around $8,790, but $9. But I mean, they're like a real company. Like, I'm fine holding what amount I have. Nothing crazy, decent little bit, but it's just. I don't suspect that we're going to have the big pumps like we were having before. You know what I mean? Like, at least not right now. It's going to take some time. So, yeah. It's almost put season. Yeah, it's going to be put season pretty soon. Either way, I'm fine. And that's why, like, if you're in the Discord, like DK, like, that's why I'm playing such conservative plays right now. Like, you know, Apple, that really sucked, right? The Apple play. So just so you guys know, I do lose. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. We just had a good past few weeks. That's why everyone's so, like, you know, bullish on the Discord right now. But so for instance, I bought Apple calls going into next week. We were up, yeah. We were doing pretty good on them. And then the goal was just to hold them through. The goal was to hold them through like up into earnings and sell like pre-earnings, right? And so we had them right. Where did we have them? We had them right. What day was it? I think it was right here. Yeah. So we bought at like right at this level, like 133. Once we broke above, we were holding, and then got the news. Obviously, Biden's like, you know, screw you, stock market. I'm taxing you all, and so it started dumping. Right, it just got wrecked. So I think I exited like right here, like at 131. Tough, but I had to mitigate risk for myself, and I post what I'm doing, right? So like, I might think you should still hold it, but like, or like, you know, I might think like, hey, it's gonna go back up and bounce. But if I exit a trade, like, I'm just giving you my transparent, like, if I'm taking a loss, I'm taking a loss. You know what I mean? Like, I could have said ride it out, hold it forever. You know what I mean? Like, just take it and hope, pray. You know what I mean? But like, that's one reason why people do join the Discord, so they're getting like exactly what I'm doing. You know, my honest opinion, right? I can show pictures of the trades I'm in if they ever ask. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people trust me in the Discord, so that's like one of the things like that I'm happy about, that I have maintained that type of, you know, respect for each other in the Discord and stuff like that. So yeah, invest, pump and dump, prepare your puts, be careful. Yeah. Then Biden spoke. I didn't notice Intel stopped showing AMC data until your video. That's crazy. It's honestly, it is crazy, James. Yeah. That's why iBorrow Desk isn't showing anything, and it's really stupid. Like, and that's like I think it's gonna pop. I think this was crazy though. I suspected, like, if you watch the videos or whatever, right? I suspected we were gonna get that really big pump on the borrow fee, right? You know, in a March. But I thought like 12%, maybe 15. Like, I didn't think 30%. Dude, we're pushing pretty high levels, and we're getting there overnight. That's the crazy part. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting there quick. So we'll see what happens. But that utilization is at 100%. So we'll see how this plays out. And if you actually want to see utilization, just so you know, you can just follow Matt Kors, and I think he posts like every day or some shit. He tweets it like, I think every morning, right here on Ortex. Ortex might be tweeting it too. Ortex is probably making bank too off all this shit, because now everyone's paying for Ortex to find the next short squeeze. But yeah. No, I think Lori D is LSD. That's her name in the chat. Hey, how are you doing, homie? Hope everything is going good. Keep it up. You've been around AMC. I've been following your videos. I'm happy you like the videos, man. It's not about being really, honestly, like, I know I'm a big comedian though. I like making jokes. I like making people laugh. I like to imagine I'm a funny guy. But it's not about, you know, being right and proving other people wrong or anything like that. It's about, I honestly just want to help people in the best of my ability. You know, I can't give specific buy-in, buy now, stuff like that. But when it comes to giving honest opinions, giving honest a viewpoint of something, not to gain followers and stuff, I mean, I don't mind doing that. Like, you know what I mean? That's why the channel's kind of shifted to of not posting. I still post AMC videos. Yeah, I try to just keep updates on them because people do have questions and people do ask in the Discord. So I'd rather just make a quick video and not explain this to each person individually. But yeah, so it's about being right for me, baby. So you can look at, I like looking at AMC. Like a lot of people, it's kind of weird. People like say like the chart doesn't matter. I don't really get that, but so it does. It looks fairly identical, except we didn't get such a drastic push down here, right? So let me clean. I don't want to clean the chart off. Fuck it, I'll clean it off. So it's gonna hurt looking at this without all my lines. So looking at it, it doesn't look that bad. Okay, so it's like a less dramatic version, right? Except we're getting a slower trend to that upside, which I don't necessarily love. That looks like we could possibly get downside, but we'll see. But I want to draw the fib lines really quick. Trace it. Yeah. So I have to do this. I don't know why it does this. Visibility. I don't want to see the colors at all. There. Okay, so we'll put that as the bottom. So we pretty much held in that 0.618 range, which is pretty crazy. The fact that we held there, that is really, really crazy. And now we're holding this 0.5 range, which is pretty impressive as well. We're holding actually pretty nice above it. That's really crazy. One thing I was expecting though, when we started breaking below us, I was like, okay, maybe we do start coming down to 725, that 7.86, and you start getting a that would have made sense too. If we got double, that would have been, I would have been like, I've been fine too. I probably would have really stacked up there. But now we're holding these levels, and I think we start pushing back to $11. I think it's like, you know, it's all a game. I really do. I think we start getting a really nice push. We have these nice gaps up here too to fill. Man, it looks really good. In my opinion, it looks phenomenal. The retrace that we're getting, the way it's moving compared, and then the OBV, like it all looks really good to me. Like you can't really make it up. And then, you know, the drop that we got compared to the OBV, just so flatlined compared to it. You know what I think it looks phenomenal. It almost looks dead. It almost looks the exact same. A little bit more drastic because this one was obviously more choppy down. But I mean, ultimately, this OBV, like, very similar. So I really like it. I think it looks good. The question is, like, people like, I know people are gonna say like, hey, do I should buy options this week? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, yeah, I can't tell you that. You know, it's like you're like asking, like, you know, pretty late. So it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you if you didn't get it or not. Oh, you've been saying how AMC will move and it doesn't. The Discord group. Here, I'll send a free link. I don't really post the free link to like in my videos. I post them occasionally here. There. That's the Discord link, so enjoy that. Where do you think the stock will go by Friday? I don't like giving an exact target for Fridays or anything like that anymore, just because people like they get really upset or they like say, "Oh, you're wrong, you're this." So I'm not giving exact targets. You know what I mean? That's just stupid. Just because people get so mad. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, it's just not worth it for me, right? So like, I'm just not gonna give exact targets. I just want to see a quick push. I want to see Monday. Monday's gonna be the most important. I think Monday's gonna be the most important day. Sure, your skin is thick before entering. Yeah, be sure your skin is thick in there. H10, hold it down. Safe moon, be careful. Crypto's being banned like in countries now. Like, be super careful. There's about 14 options for May 7th, right? I don't like the IV. I didn't buy $14 calls now, but mine were way cheap because the IV was so cheap. I mean, it went up. It went up on Friday and Thursday. 100% went up. But like their IV was non-existent. That's why I was like so like gun ho about AMC. I was like, guys, this is ridiculous. Like if you're not playing this, you're dumb. So Palantir, all I have is stock, like long-term stock on Palantir. I have no options on Palantir. I'm drinking the finer things of Pellegrino, the sparkling water. I'm big water. I'm trying to drink more water. IV is still pretty low. It is still low. But just compared, like, dude, it was non-existent, you know, a week ago. It was like, that's all I was saying. I was like, guys, this is crazy. Like, and then we had that push to 9.8 or 9.7 or whatever right here. Dude, it was crazy. There was no volatility at all. It didn't make sense. And then what happened? I borrowed us, shot up to like 20%. I was like, guys, that's when the Discord, I think James posted that data. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. Like in the Discord, like don't just come into it thinking, okay, Tyler's gonna hold my hand and tell me we're going to the promised land and this and that. That's not what it's about, right? I mean, yeah, I post all my trades and stuff like that, but I would say members help out a ton too. You know what I mean? Like they're posting news, they're posting stuff. I think someone posted something about Facebook about call options coming in, and then like they were like, hey, what do you think about the stock? And like as a call, and I instantly got into it, right? I mean, I think we made like 30% on the trade within 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, but like if people do their part, you know what I mean? They send me stocks all day, like, and I try to answer everyone's DMs if you're in the Discord, and then you have my texting number as well. So like, you know what I mean? I don't think people like, I don't want people to come into it thinking like, you know, it's just you're gonna make thousands of dollars or anything like that. You know what I mean? I think it's a good way to get transparent information to learn stuff. So yeah. But I mean, like, honestly, like, so like my priority though, like, I mean, I answer, I think everyone knows, like I answer like the free stuff as well, but like, that's not like during the week, while I'm trading, like it's not my priority. Like people pay, like, you know what I mean? Like I respect people and their money. Like I understand. I was there. I spam Tyler questions in the Discord. Matthew Plum does. Sorry about Ulta, Matthew. I know you liked Ulta a lot. How often I use it? I've never been a firm believer, but it seems to be working with AMC price action. I think fib retracements are important on long-term price skills, and not. I don't really care for short-term. So like, let's use Neo for instance. I think Neo's a good example. I think, but like Neo, like came below, like so, like you have to take it with a grain of salt. Like I don't just use one indicator for anything. Here, there's a good book too here. But if you're gonna use fib levels, I think it's important to use Elliott waves with it to a certain extent. I'd be careful. Don't get all off into like the mumbo jumbo. I read this book a long time ago when I was into, you know, trading futures about 2 years ago. It's probably the best book, Elliott wave principle, but they use fib retracements in it as well. It's a big thing with Elliott waves, using fib retracements. It's super cheap on Amazon. I think it's like you can find it for like $5. I think I got my copy 2 years ago. I bought it from Amazon. It was resold from a Goodwill. I got it for $2. So, you know, it's a thick book too. But it's the best book on Elliott waves, you know. So super cheap. But I mean, when you get in, you have to be careful though when you get into learning anything about TA and stuff, is because you'll start going down this path of just like you believe everything you read, like, and then you'll like firmly like get on one side of the market of like, okay, this is what I'm going to use now on, you know what I mean? So like be careful with that, and I really recommend not getting stuck on one section of it. Yeah. She's thicker than a bullet mill. But yeah. Yeah, I haven't entered any route yet. Like I've been saying, and people in the Discord know. I mean, I think a lot of guys in the Discord have entered as well. I post any like new news I see on them. I do like that they made another bot. I do like that they entered there. But I'm waiting till we get closer. We're getting closer earnings. Plan is to enter this week. Plan is to buy this week. But I'm just prepared to hold them. That's the thing, because I'm going to enter a pretty substantial amount, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm going to get stuck holding these guys. You know, if they go down, I'm holding. Like, but $10 a share, like, it's stupidity. Like, if you went over my last few videos when I covered them on the 2 videos, I really broke them down in depth of why they're undervalued, their growth rate, why they're so important the way they're growing, why they're going to be growing more over the next few months. If you broke it down and listened to it, I don't think there's an argument to not like them. I know Lemonade's killing, though. The law stuff, I would ignore the law stuff, to be honest. Look at the short interest. It's hilarious. Incredible. It's actually higher than that too. Earnings will be big. Earnings will be big. But yeah. Do I sell BCTX? Yes, I do. So I remember, like, that's another thing. Like with BCTX, people were like, you know, should I sell? Should I sell? Like, guys, if you do not want to get stuck holding this stock, sell now. You know, at the market open on that day. I was like, I like what they're doing, and they have huge breakthroughs with their cancer stuff. Huge breakthroughs on like across the board. I think the next catalyst is in like August though, like the next possible thing. So I'm fine holding them. I have not too many therapeutics, so yeah. And guys, make sure if you join the Patreon, make sure your name over here on the Discord, make sure it's red. Make sure your name is red. If it's not red, just send me a DM. Like, people get mad. They're like, oh, I didn't get access. I'm like, guys, I tell you in the Patreon, make sure you DM me. But I think next week, so tomorrow, something big for everyone to watch is going to be watch the Nasdaq. Look how we open up around. I think it's like 5 p.m. for me, 5:30 p.m. Central. I don't know what time for you guys. The Discord is basically a giant troll fest. I would love to join other people's Discords to see like how they talk about stocks. But one thing I can say about our Discord is, one, there is no one's gonna get if you get your feelings hurt, then you should just leave. Like, honestly, like, I'm not being mean, like, but there's no rules unless you're start like dropping hard R's. Like, don't be dropping the hard R in the Discord. Like, not cool. Okay, and then like don't spam pictures and stuff like that. That's annoying. But like, besides that, like, there's no rules. You can say whatever you want. Like, I don't get political. Y'all can get political. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. If I have to tell people to just drop the subject, then I will. But for the most part, I never had to do that. So like, I want it to be just free reign, do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? But like, what I've seen from this is that people are learning. You know what I mean? Like, and how I can tell people are learning, or people are recommending stocks, or like throwing stocks at me now that are performing very well. Now, granted, the economy is doing very well, and we talked about April being one of the best months of the year, and how it's going to perform. But you can tell, I can tell, and it's satisfying to see people performing well, people finding other stocks, people trading stocks that I'm not even mentioning, and them still making money. You know what I mean? Like, the goal here isn't just to, like, you know, well, you guys desperately need Tyler. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the goal here. You know what I mean? So like, it is what it is. So like, people are bouncing ideas off each other and stuff like that. So that's how I want it to be. Like, you know, so it is what it is. I'm just happy about what's going on though. I just posted the free Discord link. So there's the free one. Like, I mean, I'll post in there and talk in there, but I mean, I'm not gonna like, don't expect me to like, you know, I don't know. Like, that's the free Discord. I don't know what to say. That's not my job. I still post all my AMC shit in there too. So like, if AMC stuff, it's all there. So yeah. Brandon Tyler, I had no hope before the Discord. God bless. But yeah. So big plays going in next week. I'll probably post my watch list tomorrow. Tomorrow for the week though, so on Sundays I'm probably gonna post a weekly watch list going to like the whole week. I don't know if I'll have a Monday. Well, I don't know what I'll do, but Apple and Facebook are gonna be big boys next week. Those are gonna be the big dogs to watch. Facebook is set up so. I was looking at a chart today. I couldn't believe it. So this is oh my god. I don't know how much Facebook. The goal on Monday is hopefully we get a DraftKings push to about $61 or I free up some cash and I can dump cash straight into Facebook. I want to dump pretty heavy call options into Facebook. I want to dump a lot of money into these guys. Yeah. Yeah, so I think Facebook is going to be a big winner. Look how it's holding that monthly level. I mean, maybe it could break down. You know what I mean? It could 100%, but I think it looks beautiful. I wouldn't hold till earnings, though. You know what I mean? I would sell before pre-earnings. But yeah, Facebook premiums are expensive. Hey, you don't spend money, can't make money. They're actually not that expensive compared to what they could be because you have a low IV right now. Apple did because I know the ad stuff, but they still have earnings, guys. Earnings are big. Earnings are big. You're not trading for the earnings. You're trading pre-earnings. Typically, that's how I trade. I'm really sad about Apple. That was the toughest trade last week. Got to spend money to make it. Piton is like one of the only trades I didn't get into last week. So if you don't know about Piton, one, their earnings are just stellar across the board. I'm freaking sweating my mind off. I need to go to the gym later. But so their earnings are typically phenomenal. And you have earnings coming up. So we'll see what happens going into earnings. And right here they killed here. But they had a supply chain issue. So their earnings are phenomenal. They do have a lawsuit on them, so you know. That's the one thing. So like a kid, like he turned on the treadmill and he like stuck underneath it and he died. It's super sad. But they already like fixed that issue. And like I don't know if they're gonna be legally liable for that. I assume they settle, but yeah. I mean, I don't think the people come after them. Expensive premiums give me PTSD after a pin pooped on your face. I try to tell you, Plum, about pin. That sector, yeah, it just looked really bad. But they look good now. Pin and DraftKings look good, but I like DraftKings more. One, Kathy Woods is just stocking up on it. Two, came down to that support I love. Bounced really nice. And it's sitting on weekly. I think we're going to get a push to 61-ish. Yeah, they did. They fixed it already. But the question is like, what are the I don't know. You know what I mean? It's a lot of speculation right now. So we'll see. Earnings could skyrocket them, though, because their price targets are still getting raised. Like, they still have a very strong price target ratio. Like, they look really good. You know what I mean? I do love Bazinga. I can't figure out how to set the bot up, though, for these guys. I really want to. What is this? Let's see. Piton's just a whole bunch of scared shit on it right now. Any stocks you guys want me to look at, please comment down below. I'll try to look at it. Will I execute what? What do you mean? First of all, I never... What do you mean? I always sell my options. This is Bazinga Pro, so you know. So, like, this is what, like, I tell people about it. Like, I mean, like, you can use it. Like, you can do the 14-day free trial. You don't have to put a credit card in. You just put your email in. That's it. And a phone number. They will text you, though. No, you can block their number if you just don't want to get those texts. But they'll try to, like, you know, I think it's a bot, and then, like, it's a person if you respond, because I've actually had a question about them. So, for instance, we'll go to AMC stock, right? This is the news section, so you can, it's really interesting. So you can do like the SEC filings, the press releases, Bazinga specific news. They have their own specific news line, signals showing, you know, options trades on them, stuff like that. Partner news, people that they're working with. There's so much crap. So this is all the news just for for Friday, right? And this is all for Thursday. Like, you can do any stock, you know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. It's really good for. He popped his hand. Like, we don't like Tyler that much. Daddy chill. But like for like penny stocks, it's really cool. So like when I got into Zom, I bought some around $1. And I think I bought a little bit more underneath. But like it showed all the block trades. It showed a lot of stuff going on there. CTRM was a big one as well. So like when I like CTRM at that low that we had at like 44, it was showing me that the deals going through for the ships The new deals that they're trying to buy, they just got approved for another purchase. They just keep getting ships. It's huge. So that's pretty big. So yeah. So we'll see. Am I thinking Invidex will drop on Monday or go up? Invidex's chart looks good. So, oh, I didn't see. My bad. Someone sent a super. I didn't even see it. Oh, for Kiwi, who the fuck is? Honestly, dude, there's people. I think some of their subscriptions have like passed, and I need to like renew that shit or like change it. Like I just forget. But buenos nachos. Bazinga Pro, no, you spelled it wrong. The link should be in like on my YouTube. Bazinga, but then E Pro, right there. Paysafe had a pretty good little. I didn't even realize Paysafe rallied. I just have them honestly. I just don't look at them. I just don't look at Paysafe anymore. I don't even look. FGen. What is F? Everyone wants me to look at FGen. What is this? Therapeutic? It's a therapeutic. I don't know. It'll probably pump up a little bit. I would assume they always do, right? After they dump, just be careful. Snow's my baby. They want to run. Yeah, they definitely want to run. Yeah. I think Snow looks beautiful. The Nasdaq goes, yeah. I would grab leaps though. Kind of crazy, you know. I'm not a huge fan of grabbing leaps or anything dated. And not too far out. I'd probably grab like end of May, because I think this could start running like crazy, like to 250. Really solid. OBV is really good. Yeah, Snow's there. Holy crap, Snow's gonna be a really good play for next week. It'll be on the watch list for sure. Huge play. 3 gallons of Mark. Jesus Christ. It looks really good. Snow looks really good. Mara. So I meant to make a Mara video regarding Mara, Riot, coin. But I think money's just going to continue to flow out of these guys, personally. They're overvalued. And I think money's going to keep flowing out, and money's going to flow into coin. I think if you're going to trade crypto stocks, you're going to want to stay with Coinbase. It's the safest play there is. There's no reason to be into these other plays at all. And earnings coming up, yeah, it's going to be probably terrible. I'd probably short the earnings. We'll see. Look at Neo. I saw Neo. Neo looks really good. Didn't get that 41.5 push we talked about like on the watch list, but it still looks phenomenal. Earnings coming up, so just be careful. Can you break down Sundial, bro? I remember when you made a video on it. Did you ever get in? I did not buy in. I did not get in. Actually, sorry. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And then I sold very quickly and got right back out. So we dropped down to like 96. We kept going. I got right back out like at 102. I hated it. I hate how it's set up. You started pushing up, and we didn't make it to the weekly. We just came down. But we're still moving fine. Like, you're still sitting at like 83. I hate to see it there. I think it's undervalued. And honestly, you're probably going to start seeing pushes from Reddit and crap like that. But all weed stocks are getting killed. Like, every single weed stock is getting murdered right now. So I'll just remain patient. If you have stock, it's not really that risky. You know what I mean? Like, people don't even like that's where like when I own stock, I'm like, I don't even care. Like, for me, there's like no risk, like compared to like options. I mean, if you're in the Discord, you understand the risk of options. You see Tyler like with the Apple that day, I was like, then again, you understand the reward of them too. So it is what it is. Patrick, did I say the Fintel data was wrong? I said it wasn't updating. What are you talking about? I said in the video they weren't updating. I said they stopped updating it. So I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I did say it. Did I say, if I said it, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty positive. I'm like 99.9% sure. There's like a little like decimal percent that I could be wrong, but like I'm pretty positive. I said that they're not updating. It's mind-boggling. But yeah. I guess cool. You came in to say that, then leave. So okay, so oh my god, this is like infuriating. So I didn't say it. You said in your video that it's manipulated because they're not updated. That is. I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, let me make sure I have the definition of manipulation right. An action to manipulate something in a skillful manner or format allows a fast picture of manipulation. Here. Psychological manipulation is a type of social influence. Okay, Fintel is definitely a social influence that aims to change the behavior or perception of others in an indirect, deceptive, underhanded tactics. I mean, what are you talking about? It's just not updating because it's still at 0. What do you? It was doing it before. What are you talking about? On iBardisk, it's been at 0 for multiple 15-minute segments, and then it'll update. False. You're saying false things. I mean, I understand if you want to come in and you want to try to correct me on something, I'm totally open to it, but I'm not open to be corrected when you're just saying false things. Like, that's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I'm totally open to being wrong, but I'm not open to someone like accusing me of something and then what they say be completely false. I mean, I just brought up the definition of psychological manipulation, which is the definition of what's happening by them not providing that data. And it could not be Fintel's fault. It could be someone else's fault. What I'm saying is that's an obvious form of manipulation. I don't care what their website says. I'm saying that before it was still showing the rate even with it not updating. And now they're not updating it and they're not showing the rate either. Can you understand how this is different from them changing it? Do they make a change in their rules? Because I would love to see the notification of the rule change, because I don't believe there was a rule change. So very interesting point. But again, unless they change something from recent, like the recent history. I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that since we're at these local high ranges since the beginning of the year, we're at 26, 27%. Now when it gets to 0, they just don't want to show any. And I also think it's very improbable that we went from 200,000 straight to 0, because as you can see from the past history, we tend to trend in a direction from 300,000 to 50 to 200 to 40,000. So I mean, is it possible? It is possible. But I think everything you're saying, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to defend a website. I mean, it's not like they're a hedge fund or anything. I don't know, but yeah, whatever. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's just the comment doesn't make sense. It's like really stupid. But that's the problem. But that's the problem with people that are like getting into AMC is like they hear what they want to hear. You know what I mean? Or like they'll look at something. They'll look at a chart and like, okay, now it's bullish and nothing's changed. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. It's fucking dumb. Like dumb. People say I'm conceited and stuff, but nah, I just don't like stupidity. I don't like it. Like really stupid. This is the kind of stuff that makes me crazy. Usually companies can go up in the red and still in the future, and companies like High Tide growing, making bang. It's fine. They'll bounce back. High Tide's gonna bounce. Like I don't know. I would not panic about High Tide. Their vertical growth is amazing. It's great. I would not panic about them. I would not panic about that. And now we know why YouTube lives don't happen. Yeah, well, yeah, too, because like, well, in the Discord lives, I get to answer questions and people I get to help people too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's primarily educated conversations. And like people call me out sometimes in the Discord. You know what I mean? Like you can. Like I would like people. Cause like I said, if I'm wrong, it's good. If I'm wrong on a stock or my opinion, if I'm wrong, and you correct me, you save me money by me finding out. Okay, I was wrong. You know what I mean? Like I'm open to being wrong because inevitably it's typically gonna save me or make me money. You know? That's my comment. The guy came in here just to give me the name of some shitty website, Stonk O Tracker. That's the stupidest name I've ever heard in my life. That's a terrible name for a website. If you name that, buddy, get out of here. That's terrible. IEA? What's IEA? I'm really careful with stocks I don't know about. But I would not hold holding. What is this? I don't know what this is. They're pretty beat up. I don't like them. I don't know. They could do well. I just don't like them. Be careful. Algor is it? That's a crypto, right? Man, my brother loves crypto. Not a fan. I used to trade him a lot. It's okay. It's not a big support. Please send me the ticker whenever you ask. Please. Please, please. I don't know. They all like poop. Why trade cryptos right now? I don't understand it. Guys, the stock market's so much better than cryptos, in my opinion, right now. Like, people, the timing in cryptos isn't when you're at the top. You know what I mean? Like, most markets, when you're at the top, you're not going to make that much money up there, right? You're going to be, you're just kind of swinging in the dark at that point because you're just hoping certain things go up. But, like, I would say, honestly, like, with the stock market, even while we're at these all-time high levels, you're still making a really good amount of money trading some of these stocks. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get it. Patrick, I'm open to criticism, but you're wrong. And your argument was stupid. And the website name that you recommended, I don't like it. Okay? Look at me. Obviously, I'm all about face value and how things look. Okay? So I don't like the way that website name looks. I don't like it. Think prediction of crypto will be bullish. Man, it's really hard to say. The news on India banning. Not India. Is it India? No, Saudi. Saudi Arabia. That's pretty terrible, actually. Saudi government to put a complete ban on crypto. That's big. That's big. And I think other governments follow. I don't know if the US won't do it, but we'll see. Really scary. Really scary stuff. Because like, people have a lot of money in there. But like then again, like a lot of, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I think Turkey is banning crypto as well. Well, Turkey's kind of like a terrible country, right? So, I don't know. They're a good example, but yeah. Thoughts on PaySafe? Absolutely love. I need to make update videos for some of these stocks, so people have them. But yeah, I love PaySafe. It's so cheap. It's so cheap. Don't say that you're Turkish. I'm not like saying like that. It's like I know like the government of Turkey is pretty sketchy. Like they try to have Enes Kanter killed or assassinated. So like, yeah. Yeah, I think PaySafe is nice. We'll see how it gets to at $14 though. Their dollar's tanking. Yeah, their value. Yeah. Sketchy. What was the book you recommended? I mean, dude, I'm not like recommending it, but it's Elliott Wave Principle by Frost and Prechter. Looks blue. But if you're interested in that, like, I mean, like I said, like I wouldn't focus on just using that and trading, but yeah, Elliott waves are a very good way to get into price action, I think, as well. Somewhat, you'll learn some of it. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm probably about to hop off. Any last questions? Apple earnings, what do you think about stock prices? I think Apple's going to go up. I think Apple's going to do well. Same with Facebook. I think tech is going to do really well this week. I'd be surprised if he started the week down. That'd be really crazy. But I mean, like, if let's say Biden says something crazy this weekend, I mean, maybe we do. We'll see. But overall, we'll see how the market moves. Dude, I'm freaking sweating, bro. I'm hot. Let's go to the gym. dead and tired. But I think the gym sounds nice, kind of. By the way, someone just said they just joined. God dang it. Y'all join the Discord? Message me on Discord. Don't message me on Patreon, please. Update on Root. Sorry if I missed it. Okay, I'll give it a quick update on Root. What is Cajun fried turkey? Man, people don't know what Cajun food is, really. Well, you spelled Cajun wrong, too. But Cajun food is like, think spicy, I guess. Root. So, Root's getting time to where I'm interested in buying now. It sucks we didn't get down at 9. I didn't get in at 960. I did not. But we're getting to the point now. We're getting near earnings. I think I would actually be willing to hold, but I'm gonna play Root stock for the way I play it. That's the thing with me. But yeah, I think the earnings are to surprise people. You can wait till after earnings. But I like them a lot. Lemonade's performing. Insurance companies are performing. You're getting closer to that area. Utilization is very high. Short interest is very high. It's very good stock. So yeah, I'm a big fan. HOFV, I know it's an NFT play. I'd be careful. Best NFT play, in my opinion, is going to be Funko. It looks like it wants to break back up. Just be careful. It's a risky play. All we use cheese and beer. yeah. I'm gonna give you the Uncle Bruce treatment, Patrick. Yeah, Uncle Bruce me. All right, guys, I'm off. Have a good one. Namaste.